now tuned in to the sounds of the G-C.U.E podcast.
This is that fire podcast, believe you me. It's the almighty intellect, C.U.E. 6 ballers on the court like a 3-on-3. And my whole team is MVP. We getting buckets, catching oops, step backs, jellies and threes. Real talk, no cap, better cop out free. Put respect on a name when you talk about weed. But when you see us, you know what it's gonna be.
It's the Q.
What's good, people? You are now rocking with the Q on the Q La Familiar here on the one and only G-C.U.E podcast. It's your boy LB, aka Bugs, the eldest member of the Q La Familiar. I'm gonna send it up to the fellas. We're gonna do an introduction as we always do. I'm gonna start with Bob.
What up, everybody? If it's your first time checking this out, welcome. If it's not your first time tuning in, welcome back. We will have a great show for you.
We got Eddie.
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Eddie. Listen, 2 shout outs real quick. 1, it's my birthday week. Yeah. Second, I want to shout out the females. It's Happy Women's History Month.
We got the real PJ.
I'm gonna keep it simple. Just please say the real.
Then we gonna go down to ATL, Mr. Suave himself, Sean.
What's up, y'all? We're gonna do this unapologetically and unscripted, and Eddie gonna act the ass today.
And last but not least, we're gonna turn it over to the MC, Steve.
What up, what up? It's your favorite green tea snob. It's Steve in the house. But, just because of timing, got to give a remembrance to the late, great Christopher Wallace. He was taken from us on March 9th. As part of the festivities, it looks like Netflix just dropped a new documentary. How y'all feeling about that?
I appreciate his music more than the documentary. So the documentary is dope for people who, I guess, like this generation that don't really know much about the story. But I think for most of us who kind of grew up with him, it's new. It's not the new information. It's the same thing.
I don't know. I like what I saw. I like to just get in tune with people's life, even if I already knew what the hell was going on. It's just, it's just nice to see that shit.
I just keep bumping his albums. I'll pass on the documentary for now.
I mean, I watched the full documentary. It was decent, but a lot of Biggie stories been told because it was so small of a window of when he was hot. Like when we knew him in society, it's like 92 to like 97. So it's like a 4 or 5 year swing. And he only had 2 albums. And the second one actually came out after he died. So the music was more important than what the documentary is. And I think that lives on. It just reminds me whenever I watch something about it, that I got to listen to my 3 favorite Biggie songs: Warning, Niggas Bleed, and Victory. They set me off all the time.
I'm going to just say Biggie's music's going to always live on. And I want to elaborate on what I hear. They say Biggie changed the East Coast and Biggie stood up for the East Coast. But Biggie was an overall game changer. From his storytelling to his flow. He came with a technical flow that still to this day, in my opinion, can't be matched by many. So much respect to Biggie. Much respect.
That's that for that one. So they did it. Coming to America with the number 2, coming to America number 2, however you want to call it. I just know that them barbers got to be in the Guinness Book of World Records for oldest barbers in the world.
No, they're not cutting my hair.
That shit came out, the original came out on my 7th birthday.
They got to be 100.
Motherfuckers look exactly the same and they still cutting hair. I want
Black don't crack.
Whatever the fuck they've been drinking, I want it. Because
That green tea.
It might be.
Black don't crack.
The hands got to be shaky. They ain't lining me up.
Hell no. I wouldn't let them shave my knuckles.
With sheep shears, like some old school shits where you just use them as scissors.
So
I just want to throw a flag on the play right quick. I read earlier today that Eddie Murphy said that the reason it took so long in 33 years is because he wasn't aware of the hype that the first movie had until recent years, not too long ago.
Time out.
I'm gonna throw a flag on that. There's no way you couldn't know that. Come on, man.
Time out. That shit came out on my 7th birthday. I'm not 40. It wasn't 33 years. All right.
Yo, he was on.
You there? Accept it.
Nah.
What he said was like today. What he said was because it was on Kelly and Ryan this morning, and I watched it. He said what he was unaware of was the fact that it had such a cult following. You know what I mean? He said because initially him and Arsenio had a pact where they weren't going to make it. They thought it was a flawless movie. but then there was supposed to be a TV series where Tommy Davidson was supposed to play him, but that didn't come into fruition. So, you know what I mean? They had an agreement that they never would do it. But he said, but after 25 years, he said he started realizing how much it was being replayed and replayed. And then they said, like, why not? Like, and they initially also with this new script, he wanted to put the clumps in, but it was like a $4 million swing that the studio didn't want to provide him. I guess, you know, if you're a star, because Eddie's a star. So, you know, like he did other movies after that were probably just as popular. So
yeah, like Pluto Nash.
Nah, like the clumps, like Boomer,
Daddy,
like you know what I mean. But like the clumps came after that.
Dr. Doolittle.
Boomerang, you know what I mean. Beverly Hills Cop.
Yo, Norbit
You know what I mean?
cost him an Academy Award, yo. 'Cause he should have won that shit for Dreamgirls.
Oh yeah,
But fucking Norbit fucked him up.
Which it shouldn't even be in.
Well, he got blackballed from the 90s when he stood up and said something about white people doing black people dirty in the war show.
Yeah, but
You know what I mean? That was back in the 90s. That was even before like Boomerang and shit.
But the crazy part, dude, he has so much money. Like, when you get to a certain point, you can say whatever the fuck you want to say, and can't nobody really say nothing about it. Nobody's gonna really stop him from making the movie.
Well, he said he's back too because he got 10 kids now. He just had 3 new little kids to his new wife, so that's what that's from too. 10,
You got Nicole and Scary Spice taking your money. You better make some movies.
Nah, those kids are old. It's these last 3 he had to his new little wife that he got.
Well, check that
Well,
out.
you better pull out that leather jumpsuit and get back to getting on stage.
I don't want to see Eddie Murphy.
Nah, he is. He has a $75 million thing through Netflix that he's gonna drop once pandemic is out the way.
75.
Netflix paid him $75 million to do another stand-up.
Shout out to Monique for getting robbed for her money.
That's what's up.
I mean, Monique's dope, but she's not on no Eddie Murphy stand. You know what I mean? Like
she ain't on no Charlie Murphy stance.
Yeah. What they offer her like $50,000 or something crazy?
Nothing. They
it was like $150,000 or something like that. Right?
She got Sonic's gift cards.
Yeah, but the craziest shit though, I couldn't tell you one Amy Schumer line or joke, but to use her as an example after she fucking had all them sold out shows at the Garden was just stupid.
Yeah.
No, my thing is Monique hasn't been funny for a very long time.
When was she? Not for a very long time. Like
you can't. I think the only person that can actually get on the stage and complain and make the shit kind of hilarious is Dave Chappelle. Outside of that, don't nobody want to hear nobody else's complaints. So
here's my thing.
What are we gonna talk about?
Monique. The thing about Monique is it's contradictory because her whole shtick was always about insult. So to sit there, you know what I mean? Like her whole thing was I'm big at the time and fuck skinny bitches. You know what I mean? So then when it comes to trying to she wants to be empowering women. So it's always like a contradictory because you always shitting on other women to get where you at.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to invite you to a little segment that I like to call the Q-La Dumbass of the Week. This week's dumbass goes by the name of Lorraine Gross or Groves. She is the daughter of the silversmith Greg Groves, or whatever, however you pronounce that last name, who crafted the first Lombardi trophy when he was a master silversmith at Tiffany & Company from 1967 to 1994. She says that during Tom Brady's most recent victory dance or celebration, whatever you want to call it, when him and his team had just whooped some ass in the Super Bowl and now they just all drunk as fuck on the river partying and drinking, all pulling out their inner Gronk. He took the Lombardi trophy and tossed it from his $2 million yacht to another vessel that had a bunch of the other players on it. I think it was Cameron Brate who caught it. So according to her, by them doing that little stunt, they basically disrespected her family's legacy. So I'm going to read a quote from her. It takes a lot of work, a lot of hard work, a lot of hours go into it. It just really upsets me that this trophy was disgraced and disrespected by being thrown as if it was a real football. She wants an apology from Tom Brady. She wants him to go on national television or somewhere in the media and say, I'm so sorry for throwing this trophy. Listen, I never want to tell nobody how to feel, right? You can feel however it is that you want to feel. But the fact that you want this man to apologize for throwing a fucking silver Super Bowl trophy, and I guess it's valued at around $10,000. But who really gives a fuck? Like, who cares? Like, are you serious? These people are millionaires. Like, they probably just got Super Bowl trophies on stash. Like, why do you want him to apologize again? What's your thoughts on this, fellas?
Man, fuck her.
I think,
That's their trophy. They won the trophy. They played for it. It's their trophy. It ain't her trophy no more. She ain't make the damn trophy. Nobody give a damn if your daddy designed it. So the fuck what? Go on some damn where.
I think I speak for everyone with this. Shut up, bitch.
So yeah.
Yeah, I was more offended by Grammy getting pissed on than worried about a Super Bowl trophy getting thrown across a boat. Like, I don't.
Grammy got pissed on?
Kanye peed on his Grammy.
Grammy. Yeah.
Yeah.
He put it in the toilet and peed on it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I was like, that's disrespectful. Like,
Yo,
Man,
but again, it's
his.
his Grammy, so it's like,
Yo, Brady was lit. Like,
yeah, because he don't drink.
That's
for
what
the
I
whole
was about
season.
to say. I mean,
Yo,
you already
Excel.
said it.
That's the
The
season.
man
full
was
of alcohol
drunk.
waiting.
It's their trophy. He was drunk. It was his celebration. And in all honesty, if there is anybody you want throwing the trophy, it's Tom Brady. So it is what
And
it
they
is.
caught it, so it don't even make a difference.
Even if it
Yo, the
fell,
funny-
it don't matter. It's their trophy. Like,
Did
they
you
could have been
see-
sober and did that shit at the beach in Miami. Who cares? It's theirs. Do
Did you
whatever
see
you want to
when
do
he
with your
po-
trophy. Just don't give him another one.
Did you see when he posted when he was drunk being helped, I guess, away from the boats? Nothing to see here, just some avocado tequila.
Nah, I mean, she's dumb. Like, I get it. It's a quality Tiffany trophy, but it ain't about
Fuck
shit.
that.
He's a quarterback, and the reason that's funny is because like this nigga got the most Super Bowls in history. So even if he did lose it, the nigga could go buy 3 more.
Three.
Three.
I'm just to be smart though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
he,
think-
he could go buy 3 just to be smart on pocket money. Like, you know what I mean? So,
True.
No, their Super Bowl rings are worth more than them trophies are.
Exactly.
The trophy's like valued at $10,000, I think, and the rings are what? Typically,
The rings depend on what the owner decides to use with the carats and diamonds.
Yeah.
That's
You already know that motherfucker said, I'm going to splurge.
But listen to the story. They threw it from one yacht to the other. Like,
Yachts cost more than that goddamn trophy.
they threw it from this $12 million yacht to that $12 million yacht, and they caught it. I'm offended.
Shit, my motherfucking car costs more than that trophy. So if I stood on my car and threw that shit to one of y'all standing on y'all car, like, we still, like, that trophy, man, fuck that trophy.
Jay-Z and Kanye cut the roof off of Maybach. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah, turn that bitch in.
that's who should have been pissed off. Mr. Maybach.
Man, you know who
You're
wasn't? They wasn't pissed because they had already got
They
their
paid
check
for it.
and the shit
Right.
cleared.
yeah. So anyway, man, listen, Lorraine, Groz, matter of fact, I hope I am messing up your goddamn name, but I do want to tell you that you are officially this week's Q-La Dumbass of the Week.
big.
Congrats.
All right, who's introducing the heavy lifting today?
It's real simple. We discussing things that are overrated in our opinion and things that are underrated and underappreciated in our opinion. It's a wide range of whatever we fucking feel. So for me, I want to start off with a hood classic that's been going on for years, and I think it's highly overrated. It's the Air Jordan sneaker, period. Air Jordans
Okay.
are overrated. And the reason I say that they're overrated is because Nike makes hotter sneakers than there's the Jordan. Granted, the love affair with Jordan is Jordan. But the Bows are hotter, the Barclays are hotter, the Dion's was hotter. There's a lot of sneakers that was hotter than the fucking Jordan on Nike alone.
So let me just chime in real quick, cousin, and you can finish. I agree with you. Except I think that the fucking Space Jam Jordan I got that a few weeks ago, and I'm in love with him. But that's the only one that I don't think is overrated. I love that fucking shoe. But I agree with you. Everything else is overrated because come on, man, we're just re-releasing them and keep buying them, and people just keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. I just think that's dumb as shit. Like, I'm probably not gonna ever buy another pair of Jordans, cuz. Go ahead.
80% of them are ugly. And secondly, you can't ball in none of them. You will break your fucking ankle trying to ball in Jordans.
I'm gonna have to disagree on that. I think
Go ahead.
For one, it's Tinker Hatfield is a genius in my opinion. Like he killed the sneaker game, and there is no line of sneaker that is better than the Jordans. What one athlete do you know that had a line that is better than all of the Jordans?
Are we talking about sales?
I'm not talking about. I'm talking about design.
Oh,
I like the bronze better.
bronze are ugly.
No,
I like the bronze.
You would like the bronze because you're a bronze fan.
The bronze aren't better than the Jordans. But what I'm gonna say, PJ, is like, let's be honest. Like the Jordans are on like Jordan 32, but like seriously. But
I think they on like 35.
It's like 35.
35, cool, right? All right, that's even more. But for the most part, we stop at like the 13s or 12s.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like those.
It's really 1 through 13. That's it.
Right. So you still got another 20 something that's But like I said, like, and of course, Jordans are tied into him. So the reason that some of them are just like we just wear them was because his impact on the culture also played a part. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because like there's some Barclays that are bananas. There's some, and I'm just talking about Nike. The Bo Jacksons, the Bo Jackson is probably even more famous than the Jordan in the sense where you wear the orange and blue. Those are bananas. Like people who crazy.
None of them have the imagery that the J's got. Every J got, every Fire Jordan got fire imagery of him doing some memorable shit. Bows don't do that. Fucking Barkley, he ain't had the moments. Nobody else, Dion's, none of them do that. None of them have, because the shot he had on some 4s. The last shot he had on the 14s, and I had to tell y'all niggas for a year that he had on them shoes and not the 13s. Motherfucking the Jordan in Cleveland when he was jumping up and down, he had the 4s.
But that's what I said. Like,
when he had
that's my point.
You're associating
It's
sneakers
associated with him.
No, that's why them shits is fire.
That don't make the sneaker fire. That makes the action fire.
Nope. The shoe is fire. The imagery is fire. Like there's a whole lot of weak ass shoes. There's a whole lot of weak ass Jordans. But the motherfucking classic J's all got some classic shit with them. So from him on the court, like you watch them shit, you seen that shit. It's not like the Bows. You ain't never see Bo Jackson do shit in a pair of Bows.
All right, so that's fair.
He wore the cleats.
That's fair.
He also he played baseball when he broke the bat. He has his Bows on. But we're gonna do this too. Bo was gonna be that athlete. That was the whole promotional tour with the Bo nose. He got injured. You know what I mean? Like the Bo, like at the time, and if we go back in time, he was on par with that shit, with that Bo nose campaign with the Jordan shit. Like let's keep that shit a buck. Like, you know what I mean? Like he was on par. The nigga was playing full-fledged running back and playing baseball and shit. You know what I'm saying? So the odds of him not getting hurt were gonna be impossible. Like he was gonna get hurt. You know what I'm saying? But Jordan, like you said, it's all about the imagery.
Yeah,
a lot of
that's what makes him fire.
Wait, so okay.
Man,
so
hold
when
on,
it comes to
though.
imagery,
Hold on,
can we
hold
say Can we say that the Chuck Taylors have the same imagery as the Jordans?
No.
Because everybody that's a classic had Chuck Taylors on.
Show. Tell me the moment.
Larry Bird's.
What Larry Bird moment when he had? What Larry Bird moment when he had?
Scored 100 points.
Show me a picture of it.
Will got.
I'm getting 100.
Show me a picture of him doing anything in them Chucks.
Everybody did everything in
Chucks.
Show me a picture.
I'll find a whole bunch of pictures. I'll find a whole bunch of them and send them to you.
Please.
Yeah, but Chucks didn't change. They just kept making the same shoe over and over.
Same fucking shoe.
But it's still imagery. If we're going imagery, that's the same thing.
It's not, but it's not just imagery.
The imagery from Will's 100-point game is him holding a piece of paper with 100 points. Ain't no sneakers in that picture.
Hold on, I just want to say something real quick. It's ugly Jordans out here.
It's a whole lot of ugly shits out there.
Jordans. But hold on, what I'm saying is this. Let's be clear. It's the name. That's basically what it boils down to. The name Jordan.
It ain't the name.
Jordan is. Get out of here. Every Jordan sneaker, no matter what your opinion of it was, every Jordan sneaker is going to have a line outside of Foot Locker. It's going to have a line outside of Foot Action. It's going to have a line outside all these stores. No matter what the shoe look like, it could be a shoe that's been reincarnated 3, 4, 5 times, 6, 7 times over.
Man, you like
it's the name Jordan.
No, it's not. It depends on it depends on what they have.
Is different.
Yeah, it depends on what they have behind. There's stories behind the sneakers and reasons for colorways and all types of different things as to why something is going to be hot or not.
Bugs, what year did Space Jam come out?
Go ahead.
95.
95, right? So
95.
that was what?
96. 96. I'm sorry. Because
All
right,
I was about to say,
96.
wasn't it 96? Yeah.
So
It
was
was
that
96.
26 years,
recorded
20,
96.
25, how many, 25 years ago, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I promise you, 25 years after this fucking bronze Space Jam comes out, whatever fucking bronze sneakers he has on is not going to be fucking in demand like the Space Jam 11.
So says you.
I
Nah,
promise
'cause-
you.
I'll give him this.
Yeah.
So what he's saying about the Space Jam, like you said, you love that sneaker yourself, specifically about the patent leather
Yeah.
shoe. When he came back, but it was iconic in several ways. One,
But for
Jordan
me,
had came
that
back-
wasn't
Hold
about
up,
the
let me just say this
movie.
real quick, cuz. Like Jordan had came back from retirement. Then they had that was the first sneaker to have patent leather entirely around the shoe. And then the nigga went out and like you said, they went and was 72-10. So they busted ass. Like, you know what I mean? So, and then like you said, then he busted ass. So part of it is tied into the nostalgia of Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? But there's sneakers that are way hotter, like the first pennies. You know what I mean? Like those shit fire. Like the LeBrons don't hold
First
weight to
pennies
that.
is fire.
Yo,
Because the
Penny
Space
Stick.
Jam shoe for me was simply about the patent leather. I hate to admit to it.
Oh,
I have shirts that I wore a few years ago that have patent leather or leather on the. I like that type of shit.
No, I
So,
believe you.
it's just what I'm
not-
into.
You said,
not
but you said a
saying
few
you
years
got-
ago, like after like
That was like the
2015,
when my
16.
man Steve took the picture at
Probably
PJ's
like
crib. How many
last
years
week.
ago was that? I had a shirt that had leather across the shoulders and the chest.
I'm not saying that
Wow.
you got them shoes.
I'm being honest. I don't
It's
care.
not. It's
Space
okay.
Jam
we
is
love
your
your
favorite
transparency.
movie, but I'm just saying that them shoes was made famous because he wore them in Space Jam, and 25 years from now, ain't nobody gonna give a fuck about whatever shoes
But you're-
LeBron was wearing in
But
there.
let me say this, though.
But you're
This is what
basically
I'm
saying
saying.
what Bugs is saying. It's the name.
My whole thing in a
Michael
nutshell
Jordan wore
is
them in
this.
Space Jam.
No, okay.
Y'all
okay.
honestly expect me to believe that anybody born 2000 on up is honestly looking at the history of what Jordan did to see what sneaker did what?
Nah, they
let's
won
be
them
clear.
because we had them.
But no,
They
okay,
won
so-
them because
no,
of the
no,
name.
but
That's why they
no,
buying.
No, they won them
But no,
because we
you
had
gotta
them.
be very fair about that though, because Michael Jordan can open up a basketball camp now, and kids that weren't even alive while he was playing will pay thousands of dollars to be there.
All due respect, I was in my
and that's
son.
the thing.
Right.
It's not because of the name. It's because of that legacy that he has. The same way if a Dr. J did that in
Jordan.
the 80s, you'd be there. So I don't think people are buying the sneakers just because of his name. I think that it's so associated, so like intertwined with culture that people want that piece of nostalgia.
We'll
It's just-
agree to disagree. I think
here's
it's
the
just
thing.
the man's
I-
name alone.
I'm not a Jordan fan, but I like some of his sneakers. I fucking hate the dude. Like,
yo,
I,
and for
with a
the
passion.
record, I own all types of Jordans too. Like that's a known fact. Like I'm a sneakerhead, like to the core. But I think like I've always felt like the first. This is the funniest shit. PJ had the bunny ear joints when we was in like middle school. That shit sent me over. Those shits was phenomenal. Like you know what I mean? Like there's certain ones that are dope. There's
The
other ones
Olympic
that
Jordans was
this
dope.
is like you know what I'm saying? But it's like there's sneakers at the time. If you go back and look at certain sneakers at the time, because when those Olympic ones came out, Barkley had them Air Max Barkleys that came out that were better and they're more comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just that it's Michael Jordan wear them instead of Charles Barkley. And then what happens? Jordan busts Barkley's ass in the finals, so you think that sneaker's hotter. Even though the Barkleys are more comfortable, they stylish, like all those Barkley Maxes, fire. Them pennies, like, and these dudes get hurt too, so they didn't have a chance to hold on as long as Jordan. You know what I'm saying?
One thing I think that Jordan has been able to do with the sneaker is it goes from the basketball court to your personal life, and I don't think all other sneakers do that.
There's a lot that can't. Like that's Bron's problem.
Yeah, definitely
Man,
a problem.
listen, I like bronze better than the overall Jordans.
And
Like,
we
and it
all
has
know
nothing
why.
to do with
Man, you would wear
the
some fucking
fandom of
LeBron
me being a
socks if you
LeBron
made
fan. Like, yo,
He can make
I can
Jesus
literally sit here and tell you that there's
shits.
only 5 Jordans that I really like literally 5 Jordans that I like. Like,
Check
I
this
don't-
out, guys. Because because LeBron makes a lot of the same shoes. He makes shoes for comfort. I get it. But like I was saying, the thing with Jordans is even the first 12 or 13 that's hot, I'll give you the 14. From 1 to 14, they're pretty dope. But he's on 35, like they just said. So there's 20 years where that shit was kind of all right, he was on some old head shit where he was wearing just the type of jeans he was wearing. That's how them sneakers started looking like them big ass dumb jeans.
Them Obama jeans.
Them sneakers started looking like right. So that's how them sneakers started looking. But from the 1s to the 14s, they're pretty fire. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't deny it. But like bronze is kind of like, because those couple pairs in Miami were kind of trash.
I guess it's just all opinionated. I'm on bug shit. I'll agree to disagree because I'm really, there's only like 1 or 2 LeBrons that I could say I didn't think was like hot. And that's
what's the most expensive pair of sneakers you own?
Dumb Jordans. He just
bronze. No, oh, you're right. I did just pay over $300 for those Jones, but that doesn't count. That doesn't count.
That's
No, because y'all know that is my favorite pair of Jordans. That is the Jordans that I never owned, and I always had to have them.
You spent the car payment on some sneakers.
Come on, man.
Come on,
guys.
It's okay. You got dumb ass of the week next week.
All right, well, listen, I'm going to take the next one, man, and I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to bring it back up to date on this situation. Listen to this, man. I think that Popeye chicken sandwich is so overrated. Listen, Katie and Isaiah love them. Always got to have, oh, you're going to Popeye, can you get me one? And I'm just like, I'm eating this thing like 3 times, and it's like, are you fucking kidding me? What is so good about it? Oh, it's so juicy. Man, that chicken sandwich is stupid. People was, the stories that I heard on the radio in the truck about this chicken sandwich. Somebody robbed Popeyes for chicken sandwiches. Robbed Popeyes at gunpoint for chicken sandwiches.
You see,
that's not a lie. You know what I'm saying? People standing in line like a Jordans, standing in line for chicken sandwich. We're sold out of chicken sandwich. We're so mad we've been here for the last 2 hours. Like, come on, man. So, fellas, what is your take on this mighty chicken sandwich?
It's overrated. It shouldn't even got cheese on it.
It is overrated.
I'm 100% with you.
Here's the deal. Ain't nobody touching Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich. Like,
period.
And well, I'm gonna say ain't none of them chains touching it.
Chick-fil-A, I like.
I'm about to say Chick-fil-A might be close.
Chick-fil-A is also very overrated.
Well, I'm gonna disagree because that Popeye chicken sandwich is slapping, especially the spicy one, not the plain one.
The Popeye spicy is better than Chick-fil-A.
Spicy with that Popeye,
it's just overrated
spicy sauce on it. That shit's slapping because it's real. Like, you got that Popeye crisp chicken. You eating a piece of chicken, not just. You know what I mean? So I'm with Isaiah and Katie on that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and that brioche bun, that shit slap. Like,
I'm about to go record. Bo gonna re-record that Mary J. Blige chicken sandwich commercial.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I when they was in demand and shit, I got some. I stood in line at Popeyes to get some because at that point they was fresh. Like them shits, they was making them shits to go. Like, I mean, like it wasn't sitting under heat lamps and shit. So I got some, and them shits slap. But they are highly overrated. Like, you know what I mean? I ain't had one since. As a matter of fact, the last time I got them was when it was a rush, and I motherfucking paid for 2, and somehow I walked out of there with 3, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna count my lucky stars here, and I'm not gonna press my luck no more, and I fucked them up. But them Jones, like, I agree with Eddie. They're highly overrated.
Listen, I'm not gonna sit here and say that it's nasty. I've eaten both, and I like them. I like them. But I'm talking about this fuss and this whole nostalgia, this whole thing. Oh my gosh, the chick. Yo, again, I reiterate, they robbed Popeyes for chicken sandwiches at gunpoint.
That's what I wanted to say. I mean, I understand the chicken sandwich. It's not nasty, but it's definitely overrated. Because number one, I'm not sitting in a drive-thru for more than an hour for a chicken sandwich. That's first. Number 2, somebody actually got shot arguing in line, waiting for the chicken sandwich in one of the Popeyes locations. So I'm gonna say the whole hype surrounding this whole chicken sandwich, not to mention it boosted Popeyes by what they say, 33, just the sandwich alone, 33 million or something like that.
Because the lines wasn't even because the sandwich was good. The line was because of the hype around the sandwich.
Yeah,
so people in line and ate the
it's
sandwich.
overrated.
It was 33 million in free advertisement from social media. Like, I don't know, it ain't really
definitely
value or nothing like that.
Yo,
Robbing
overrated.
folks.
Facts. Facts. Like people was posting about this thing left and right all
And
the time.
Popeyes
Everybody's
funny-ass
page.
commercials.
And Popeyes is like, we don't even gotta spend money on a commercial.
And then when they did, the commercial was everybody's social media post.
Yeah, that's all it was. Yeah.
Like, your face belongs to us. Thank you.
As we talk about overrated.
Step on some toes. That's the whole
I'm gonna
point.
step on some toes. You know, this being the Q
Hey, you don't
podcast,
say it.
GQ,
Stop saying
Q
step
La
on toes.
Familiar podcast. Ladies, look at me.
Ladies.
Eyebrows, eyelashes, and eyebrows are overrated. We don't care.
So they should just cut them off.
Hold on. Yo, don't say eyebrows
like
is overrated.
bald face women.
You gotta explain
talking about
because eyebrows
false
are
one.
not overrated.
Listen,
Because
nobody
bitches with them
said cut
drawn
them
shits
off.
on.
But whether
I
your
like a
eyelashes
natural
are
eyebrow.
half an inch, 2 centimeters, 4 centimeters, whether they bat, whether they blow in the wind when your eyes ain't blinking, we don't care. We don't care.
I'm gonna have to kind of disagree
Hold
with you.
Yo,
because-
have you ever seen a naked eye chick?
Like powder.
Shit. Nobody said shave them off. Y'all going to the extreme. I'm talking about I gotta go get my eyelashes done. Gotta go get my eyebrows done. I look crazy. We don't even notice half the time, to be honest with you.
If,
But I-
listen,
you know
if,
you
if a
see
chick's
some shit like
eyebrows is like this, I want her to fix that.
Yeah, I want to look at no Grover
It's
looking
too
bitch.
much.
Like, who want to look at
And then they're probably
like Grover?
unis. They're probably unis. I need her to fix it.
It's upside down Nike swooshes.
The eyelashes. I don't like eyelashes because I like a pretty eye, and them eyelashes being in the way, it interferes with me actually looking.
Come on, man. They overrated.
So I don't really like the eyelashes. There's a medium there. Like once they get too long and shit, it's like, come on, what the fuck are you trying to do?
Yo, once you look like you got an insect sitting on the top of your eyes, bro.
Yeah, but like them feathery looking shits. But you said eyebrows is overrated, and I thoroughly disagree.
Nah, this is my thing. Eyebrows aren't overrated. But what I will say is this: if you don't have eyebrows, don't take that little eyeshadow pen and try to paint some up there.
Well, what else is she supposed to do?
Why did you shave?
No,
your
it's not.
eyebrow?
Because if you get caught out there in the rain, you still ain't gonna have none.
Unless she got alopecia, I need her to have an eyebrow.
Hey, I ain't trying to talk to no broad that look like powder and shit. Like,
Yo,
because I ain't know.
It's just eye and forehead.
If you
I'm
drew that
saying
eyebrow on and
the
you say the wrong thing to me,
attention given to lashes and eyebrows is overrated.
Nah,
It's
You gonna lick
overrated.
your finger wipe up her eyebrows?
exactly. Like, you know what I mean?
Y'all know y'all don't be looking at nobody. Oh, look at her eyebrows, bro. Look at her eyebrows. Look
Nah, you
over
I
right.
look at eyes. I like eyes.
Nobody ever was like, yo, out of the two of them, I'm fucking with her because
Yo.
her eyebrow looks better. You're right.
Exactly.
But here's the thing: when the makeup get wiped off, you gonna miss the eyebrows.
Exactly. So we can't say eyebrows is overrated.
When she peels it off,
Nobody
wipes that
never
off.
said shave them off.
My eyebrows,
They overrated.
my
I
eyebrows
said
are really.
the attention to them is overrated. That's what I'm saying. The attention put on those two specific things.
Yo.
More or less, I didn't even mean to say eyebrows. That came out. But if we want to adjust it, we can. I
Yo,
more or less was talking about the
my thing
lashes.
is
It's
I don't
overrated.
want a woman to be extra pretty and shit. Like you said, they're talking about like, yo, that shit overrated. Like, I mean, eyebrows and eyelashes, like that shit's
Bro,
that's
let's
some
be
major
clear.
shit to say like
You
it's
got
overrated.
implants in the front. You got implants in the back. You got fake nails, fake eyebrows, fake hair. And you want a real man?
Hold on.
Yo, what's going on, man?
Let's be clear, bro.
He got aliens in the crib.
This the GQ podcast.
Oh, shit.
Yo,
All right, so overrated is the second worst Canadian import outside of Canadian bacon.
Great.
Absolutely.
I
That
disagree.
nigga is the Apple of fucking music. Fuck him. Ain't nothing about him original. Everybody swears he's the dopest thing since motherfucking sliced bread.
Yo, that's a lot of hate in your voice.
Hell yeah. You must have hollered at your baby mom or something.
Listen, I think
That sound personal.
Right. That's what I mean.
that's his problem if he did that.
petty, yo. I was
Nah.
petty as fuck.
That nigga.
I'm a Drake got probably like 4 good songs that I can actually rock with.
4?
Outside that, I'm just like, and 2
Come
of them
on,
for beats.
4, only 4.
I'm a huge Drake fan.
Yo, Drake.
Does that include collabs or no?
Huh?
Yo,
Man, fuck that nigga.
Drake's
Does that
dope.
include
Like, I fuck
collabs?
with
or no?
Definitely is, cause
I fuck with Drake.
Yeah, he make good music. I
I'm on with Drake. For
And-
real,
and-
I like his
and-
music.
And he
Drake
gets
is-
by with a lot of that shit because he's from Canada. Like, because he's a Canadian. Like, yo.
Yo, that nigga
South
rode
Park, man.
every wave you can possibly ride, yo. Yo, that nigga, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like, one day, everybody's gonna realize how right I am. His whole career,
You right.
his whole
You are
career is nothing but the greatest performance act ever. Like, yo, he's a hot rapper because he told y'all he is. That's the whole thing. Like, yo, that's it. Like, he don't be saying shit that is
Yo, Drake,
motherfucking
honestly,
phenomenal.
do. I can't agree.
Give me a quotable.
what a dope.
I mean,
Drake
I got a
album.
lot of them, but I'm saying,
Give me
talking
one.
about,
You got a lot.
are
Give
you
me one.
talking about specifics or like,
You
what
got a
mean,
lot.
like
Give me
verses?
one.
What do you say? Hate is new to me. I'm slowly embracing it. What the fuck was that? Off that shit with Alicia Keys, that fireworks shit. That whole song was fire.
That
like,
song
you know what
was fire.
I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
trying to think.
Does,
what else?
does the song make an artist fire?
Yeah,
The
that's how you
artist
get-
is the one
Is it
making
an
the
artist
song,
song?
bruh.
Yeah.
But does one song make an
Yo,
artist
his
fire?
first album
No.
was hot. Like, you know what I mean? And that was backpack rapper shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it had the
That was the
fireworks.
first wave.
Yeah. But then he transformed. But see, what he did was, and what Drake don't get credit for, he's unapologetically Canadian. So like you said,
Mhm.
Nah,
You know what I mean? So-
no, he's not.
Nah,
Nah.
because like I said before, with Jay-Z, he did the same thing, but he had to do it a different way. He transitioned into different shit. And even Beyonce kind of did the same fucking thing. Like, she keeps her name relevant. Like, she hopped on that Megan Thee Stallion shit. So that helps keep that way. Drake he jumps on everything.
Nah, he
You know what I
came
mean?
in.
Why he's hot still though.
He
You
came
know what I
in.
mean? So
He came in riding Bay Area waves. Then he fucking rode the whole Houston wave. Then he motherfucking rode the down south wave. All while being a true to himself Canadian. Then this motherfucker turned Caribbean. Like, fuck that nigga.
Yeah, he's
Man,
cold,
hold
man.
up. So you say
That-
he never spit nothing that was hot? Never.
yo,
You said he spit a
forever-
bunch but couldn't say one line.
Yo,
I mean,
that
all right,
forever
let's go
shit.
back to even
That
forever.
forever
All right,
shit.
go back to forever. How he started off. Last name ever. First name greatest. Like the spring
read
nigga
that
boy,
shit.
ain't nothing to play with. Started off
This
local,
nigga had
but
to
thanks
Google.
to all the haters,
Yo, he
I know
said so much
G4
fire
pilots
shit
on
that
a
I had to
first name
Google
basis.
something. Fuck him.
On a first name basis. I ain't Googling.
But then Jordan played with a spray ankle.
Nigga,
didn't
you
he?
over there reading.
Yo, I think
Hey, you
I'm
know
trying
I
to
can
find
see
the title
you,
of the
right?
song.
Everybody knows that verse.
Here's the thing though, Steve. Everything you saying is mad legit.
I
Like,
ain't hear what he said. What he said?
Oh man.
if Drake wasn't corny, like, I mean, he gets a pass. Like, this nigga gets tattoos of dumb shit, all type of shit that we slay niggas for. But
Yo,
his music's
true.
dope. Like, this nigga gets
his music is dope.
he gets tattoos of KD's jersey, Steph's jersey.
So
he
can
tattoos
we,
when he beats Elvis, he tattoos Elvis and him over him. Like, you know what I mean? He does weird shit, but he's Canadian.
so can we just say
But
that
that doesn't matter. Kanye West is weird as fuck, but he makes fire
He's
music.
not that weird.
But no,
he's not Drake
he's from
weird.
Chicago. He's from Atlanta in Chicago.
Kanye's not Drake weird. Like, that's a different
Right.
level of weird. So can we just say that Drake
Nah,
is
Kanye is mental health weird.
He's not even
Kanye-
weird.
not
He's
weird.
just going through shit.
Here we
Drake's
go.
weird.
Nah, he was married to a Kardashian.
Drake's
All
weird.
of them came out the same way.
Kanye's not weird.
But not. I think Drake is just his corny has been accepted, and I think that's the difference.
Why? Because he's talented.
What makes him
Because-
corny? Because he light skinned?
What the fuck?
Because
Nah.
his music is fire. Tell me, I
Yo,
mean, seriously. The
let me
music
ask you this, bro.
overall.
You think it's hot for you?
Overall.
You think it's hot for you to get a tattoo of LeBron's jersey on your fucking arm?
Now, see, I ain't going that far, nah.
That's
Nah.
what Drake
I
did.
don't-
He got
I don't
KD.
agree with his antics. But I'm speaking on
Corny,
a,
right?
on a straight
But we're talking
art.
about
Yeah,
the
because I don't
music,
even know
though.
why he got the heart in his head. The last video I saw, he had a heart in his head or something like that.
Yo,
No,
niggas
like
put shit in
going
their
on.
head all the time. That's fine.
But his antics,
But
I don't
tattooing-
agree with all of his antics, but his music, I definitely rock with.
Yo, tattooing a nigga's jersey on your arm is weird as fuck.
Cornball.
I concur.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So he does a lot.
Unless you're a
every-
fan like Eddie, you know what I mean?
Eddie,
Nah.
Nigga, you was like, yo, he got so much hot shit.
Yo,
he said, Steve, I'm gonna Google it.
Name something. This is the thing, though.
And read it
Something
verbatim.
whack. Name something whack. Name a whack song. No, matter of fact, name a whack verse. A whack verse that you heard off of a Drake album that was his song. Not no collab, no feature.
You
A
said
whack verse, lyrically.
I mean,
Fuck
but you
that.
can pull a whack verse from any rapper off the
Everybody
album.
got whack verse.
Like everybody
got
got
hot
a fucked up verse.
Especially when they trying to make a sound and trying to stay up and do different sounds.
And I'm gonna tell you what else. And then everybody be like, yo, his throwaways is fire.
Nah,
Eh, no. Fuck that. This nigga ain't throw it away. This motherfucker recorded this shit and put it out there, told y'all it was a throwaway to lower your expectations, and then you be like, this throwaway is still fire.
nah, you said
Yo, this
a whack
motherfucker put
verse.
that shit, pressed that shit, and gave it to all the streaming sites because he had to put some shit out. It wasn't
Yo.
a throwaway. Throwaways
Hotline.
get thrown away.
Hotline Bling was a fucking horrible song.
Nah, that's my shit.
I don't care.
Yo,
Yo, what's
It's a
he
horrible
say?
song.
Tell me something he says in that
Yo,
song.
she used to call me on my. First of all, for real, listen, check this out.
You just start off corny.
Check this out. Nah, let me say this though. The song's just about a chick that he used to fuck with, and when he got famous and he tried to talk back to her, she's out getting smutted out.
All
And how
right,
he don't really fuck with her no
tell
more.
me something he said outside of the hook.
Because you can shit on him, but everybody, like, the joke was always that he was super sensitive, but niggas appreciate him on the low because where you have motherfuckers like Jay-Z that make song cry like, yo, I'm tough as fuck, but I ain't gonna show my sentimental side. Drake always makes them songs about basically what R&B used to be.
The
You know
song
what I
Prime
mean?
example, take a shot from me. Some may call that corny.
You went and
I
Google
like
That's a
that
hot
song. I like that song. I was
That's
just
a hot
listening
song.
to it earlier today. That whole
That's
album.
They call that corny. That's a hot
Hotline
song.
Bling.
Tell me
was
something he said
trash.
outside of the hook.
What?
What on?
On take a shot
On
from me?
these songs that's so fire.
Uh-oh.
Tell me something he say outside of the hook.
He said,
He used to
Okay.
call me on my
Listen,
Because you want me to rap the whole
I
song.
like his
What's the
verse.
trouble?
I like his verse on the song that he had with T.I. What was it, Pop Bottles or something like that? I like his verse on. I thought that was fire.
Give me 2 lines.
Hold on, let me think. Hit me with the chorus.
See,
Let's see how it
that's the
go.
thing. No, fuck that.
Cause
If you tell-
I
if
know that I
tell-
like it
If
because
I
it's
tell
in
you
my
a song
song.
is fucking hot, I'm gonna be able to tell you at
Okay,
least
look.
2 lines out
What
the
he
song.
said? What he said? Wait.
you'll get 2
Roll-
lines in
roll-
a second.
Roller super. Wait, what he said? Roller super skinny one that shit. Shit.
BJ, what's your
You
thoughts
with a
on
lot
Drake?
of dudes. That's that
Besides
Elton John shit. I like. Wait, listen, man. I can't think of how it goes, but I like that
Man,
Man,
whole.
you
was
ain't
really
gotta
whack.
explain yourself.
He tricked you.
Agree with his lyrics.
It's
He
trash.
tricked
It's
you.
okay.
You thought it was fire, but you can't.
It's okay.
Like,
It is fire, cuz.
It's okay.
You can't put me on a spot like that. I can't even tell you.
If I'm gonna
Go
tell
ahead.
you a song is fire and you say, give me a line from it, I can give you a line from it. Like, you say, he got a whole bunch of fire songs when it fucking
do.
good the first time you ever heard him. You,
What?
I think the point of an artist is to be able to convey an emotion, right? And I think Drake does an amazing job at doing that. And with that being said, he makes good songs. That doesn't necessarily mean that each song has to be lyrically perfect. You know what I mean? If you judge Drake on the music that he's putting out, not just on every single bar being fire, he does a great job at what he does. No, I don't think but you're putting a lot on what bar that he said was the hottest.
I think he's a great character.
no, people
rap.
say, yo, he be saying some fire shit. Okay, what fire shit do he say? Not he makes some songs that I'm motherfucking like nodding my head to and I be vibing out to. Like, that's something like.
But he
I mean,
gotta
even
be
if I had a
saying
twin, I would
something.
still choose
He ain't
you.
saying there.
What he saying? Even if you had a twin,
twin,
I would still choose you.
no,
Ain't
listen,
that what had the broads open off of work? He had the broads open off of that, right?
listen. Here's
He's like,
the thing.
even if you had a twin, I would still choose you, but the broads is open off it. And that's what when a nigga spitting game to a chick, that's what you want to have, a line that had the broads open, right?
No, here's the deal. Like, I don't personally go out and listen to this dude. But when he plays, when I put the shuffle on, or if I'm having like, I let YouTube make my own playlist or whatever, I don't skip his shit as soon as it comes on. And like, I'm gonna listen to the shit. But if I tell you, yo, this dude is fire, I'm gonna at least be able to tell you something he said that was fire. Like PJ said, he makes good music. and that's undeniable that he makes good music. Motherfuckers is like, yo, he's gonna be one of the GOATs when it's all said and done. Like, okay, if that's the case, you should be able to give me a quotable. Because
I can give you. This is the thing. I can give you Drake quotables.
Yeah, I know
but
you
it's
can.
his song.
We all got the same Google
It's
that
his
you got.
songs, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Let me ask you this
They
though.
catchy. Some of them I wouldn't even get into at first, but he tend to have his little following. They jump on. Next thing you know, you hear it 2 or 3 times. Oh, that's a decent song. That's a hot song. But you can't take credit and say he just completely trash.
Nah, I didn't say he's trash.
He said he's
I
overrated.
said overrated.
Overrated.
Let me
I
ask you
can
that.
see it in your eyes that you angry. And I like that damn song.
I bet
That's
you don't.
all-
That's the song I'm talking about. But the lyrical part, the rap
That's
part
the
of
one
that is
take a
hot, though.
shot for me.
But let me ask you this, Steve, because like what you saying,
That's the joint.
overrated,
I'm
right?
It is.
So, do you think Lil Wayne was fire?
Lil
I
Wayne
definitely think he
had
But-
some time. No. Lil Wayne
Right.
had some time where he was hot. His shit was like, but there was never a time. I liked Lil Wayne for a little bit, but there was never a time where I'm like, yo, this nigga is spitting that shit. No.
lies, because when he freestyled or I think it was on the mixtape when he sung on the Knuck If You Buck beat, when he
Hold on.
rapped on that joint,
Hold on. When you say
that
lies,
joint was hard.
you're saying there's a lie that I said this nigga is spitting that shit? Because
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
You didn't we had this conversation? I could have
Not me.
swore
Nope.
Lil
I
Wayne's
ain't never even heard this
verse
song.
on there. Maybe that wasn't shooting because I still think that little John was fire, yo. I would spit that whole verse.
I was just asking about Wayne because
He made a lot of
One.
he made a lot of songs that I like listening to.
right, but I was saying
But-
Wayne, like you said, people say he was fire, but Wayne is the father of this new style of MCs for like these little rappers right now. Like they look at him
They
as
all
the
look
GOAT,
at-
and he's had fire. Like you know what I mean? He said some fire bars.
Yeah, I mean that's okay. But the thing is, but here's the deal. Like Bugs over here, to my right, I'm not sure where he is on y'all screen, says
He's
to
on
me,
my left.
this motherfucker got so much fire. I asked
He
for
do.
one line. Just one line. And he Googles the first song he ever heard him on.
Nah, I was Googling what my underrated was. So I want to make sure I got a point. That's what I was Googling. That's why I said I
Tell
was Googling the
me
song.
what's really going
So,
on.
Here's the thing.
last
Once-
name ever,
once-
first name
once you
greatest.
can
Come
see
on, man.
everybody's
Everybody
screen,
know forever.
You'll know when somebody's reading, okay?
Last
Like-
name
Forever is
forever,
cold.
first name greatest. That's not.
He said like a
Spring
friend.
is
Nah, it's
the
what
line
came
like
after
to
that.
play with.
I ain't nothing to play with. You know what
And
I
then
mean?
keep
Like,
going, keep going.
That makes it hot.
No,
I'm
you
not
keep
singing
going.
about
He's so fire, you keep going.
Right. Yeah,
Here's
you
the
looking,
thing.
yo. Like you pausing, yo. Like niggas can read the stream, nigga.
I'm telling you what I'm doing. I just told you what I'm doing. Fellas, look.
Yeah.
You say what you
Hey,
want
listen.
to.
No. Who got
The man spit fire.
who got the next overrated, underrated
Yeah,
something? Who got
let me go.
something
Let me go.
Go ahead, BJ.
I'm change this may change the whole mood and direction of what we talking about.
Oh, you
And
only
I-
gotta be the
look,
parent and shit.
Nah.
You know?
and I'm probably going to contradict myself on this
You
one
will.
as well.
Hopefully.
Yeah, and I will.
Be real.
No, I will because it's one of those things that you will contradict yourself. But no snitching is overrated.
Oh, completely overrated.
It
I'm not going to jail for you.
yeah, and it's not. But it's not just that. Though. It's not just.
Fuck that.
It's not even just going to jail for somebody or whatever, but like the whole idea of it being a part of, mainly I'm just talking about the black community. The whole no snitching thing is going too far. You know what I mean? From the start, it was necessary. There was a reason for no snitching. When what is it? COINTELPRO was after all of our they were after all of our activists and everybody that was, you know, that was their whole point of taking everybody down. So we had to say,
Yes.
all right, no snitching, right? No more snitching, no more telling on us. No, but then that wasn't it somehow migrated into now we're not snitching and we're protecting your neighborhood drug dealers, your neighborhood shooters and all that, which is bringing down your neighborhoods, period. You know what I mean? And I think that whole movement has to go. Highly overrated.
Can I say something funny to that real quick? We teach our kids don't tattletale.
Right.
It's the same thing.
Mhm.
But that's been before the no snitching shit. Like you know what I mean? Like stop. Like everything don't have to be discussed. So that sits in that same thing. So the snitching part, I just want to say this part, and then I'll let somebody else have it. It only goes for things that you're doing that you know can get you fucked up. And if you're playing a part in that, then you're not supposed to snitch. You're supposed to take your shit. Like my dad always told me that shit too. Like it's accountability.
Yeah,
But that's if you're in the situation with the people. But as far as if it's some other shit, like if I see this motherfucker across the street swinging an axe at a chick or hitting her upside the head with a fucking bat, that's going down. Like, you know what I mean? But like,
but you're expected to not say anything. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of people don't say anything because of retribution and all and different types of things like that. But it's necessary at times. You know what I mean?
I think
that's basically what he's saying. Like, my fault, Shaw, but that's basically what he's saying, yo. Like, I'm not gonna take too long because I basically agree exactly what Bub said. If I decided I'm gonna be out here hustling and doing the same thing that my homie's doing, but I get caught, I am a bitch ass nigga for saying, well, yeah, PJ's over there too. Yeah, he tied me on that car. There's no reason for that. I got to take those consequences. But there are situations where you have to speak up. So yeah, I'm with it.
Nah, I think the no snitching policy should only pertain to the people within that situation. So it's like if you're a drug dealer and they're drug dealers and y'all drug dealers, y'all can't snitch on each other. But if you selling crack to my aunt, then nigga, you need to go to jail. It's like little shit like that. Like if you shoot somebody need to say something. Like if you know what happened, like at that point, then the family wants everybody to snitch, even though you follow the no snitching guideline. So I think there's levels. I think within that game, if you're in that game, then yeah, you can't snitch within that game. That's y'all's bylaws. All right, that ain't got shit to do with me.
Yo, let me play devil's advocate right quick. Then I got a question.
I'm calling the cops.
You and the fellas out chilling. You like even the Q, not us though. But say you and your fellas out chilling. Y'all stop at a store because one of y'all wants some bun or something. Not the Q. Not us. Nah. You and your fellas stop. Somebody wants something. You say y'all going to the club. Somebody want to get a beer or something for to get to the club. Whatever reason, you stop at the convenience store. You in the store. Boom. One of the fellas with you then robbed the joint. All y'all in there getting robbed. You get caught. What's the deal? You snitching or no?
Well, we have to put ourselves in that situation. So we're all out together, and Bub decides that he wants to just rob the store. Are we supposed to call the cops on Bub? Can I be honest with you? I probably won't. That's my guy.
No, I'm not saying call the cops on Bub, but I'm saying he's the one who robbed the store. I'm not saying nothing.
Yo, here's the deal.
I'm not saying nothing.
Here's the deal.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. No. I'm 100%. We go to the store and spur of the moment he decides he about to rob that bitch. He ain't give me no heads up. Like,
I need a warning,
you better take this shit.
Okay, instead of snitching on him,
I shouldn't have to be like, yo, no, that was Lawrence William. You know what I mean? I shouldn't have to say that because this nigga should be like, yo, no.
I would just run away from the situation, cuz.
That's an awkward ass situation because that don't fit the bill. But it's just like when you watch like these Wall Street motherfuckers, like when they get caught up, when these like look at all these people that's committing these like home frauds, these insurance frauds. So like when they're running these schemes, these Ponzi schemes, things like that, they turning over on each other. That's what it's for. It's not for the common man who's not doing anything pertaining to that. But there's also a limit of fucking some things where you don't. My neighbors argue every day, right? I'm not calling the cops on them every day because there's times where I fucking argue with my lady and I don't need somebody calling the cops on me. Now, if he's over there whooping her ass daily, you know what I mean? Where I hear heads thumping and shit like that, that's not snitching. I'm calling the cops because, look, I'm not getting involved. So if he got a gun and y'all got some guns, y'all can figure it out. But that goes. Now, for me, that's how it is. Like, I can't speak for the next man and how they do. And that's why we always have, like you said, we did this conflict with things because everybody's moral compass is different for what they believe in and with shit. You know what I mean? But me, it's for, like, if all y'all, like, we're all close. So if we did something, like if we were running a fucking scam, like legitimately running a fucking scam, I get caught. I'm not going to tell y'all. They going to say, yo, well, if you give Steve the Bobby Smurder shit, like we said, yo, we pull you in, yo, you do this, you do that. Nah, I'll just sit and just make sure that y'all look out. That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
But
that's the
different,
premise. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
Yeah.
But look, back to
that's
that
not
Bub
about
shit
to
real quick. Let me
go
just tell you.
to
If Bub
Philly
decided to
and-
randomly rob the liquor store while we was in there buying a fifth of Eddie, and I seen him do it, Eddie is running out like he didn't even know him. So I'm not even going to be there when the cops come. So there's no reason for me to snitch.
But
I'm
now
like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but they're gonna see you come in. They're gonna see you come in with him.
I'm running.
Come in together.
That doesn't matter. I'm running.
They be like, oh, so you don't know Bub? We just heard your commercial saying this is Bub. This is Eddie. Now you don't know who the fuck he is. I do say, you know you done fucked up, right? You know you done fucked up.
Yeah, cause I'm running. Cause I'm gonna say I met that nigga outside. We was talking about what we was going to buy when we walked to the store, and he
Here's
pulled
the
out a
thing.
gun, so I ran.
Nah,
I was
give
about to buy this bitch
me
some wine, and
fair
he decided to
warning
jump
so I
it.
can go my opposite way. Like it's like I'm not serving time for some shit I didn't do. Like I'll
Listen.
take the fall for what I did, but I ain't taking time for some shit I ain't got nothing to do with.
Here's how you do it.
Eddie,
If
you robbed the
if
store
one of
for a beer,
y'all
it's a wrap.
decide that if one of y'all decide that y'all want to randomly rob someone, and I'm with you, rob me too. So it makes me look good. just turn the gun and point it at me, and I'll give you my whole wallet and drop to the fucking floor. You can even make it convincing. Strip, nigga, and I'll take my shirt off.
He just want to be naked. Like, he just want to be naked in public. He want to show the clerk at the liquor store his speedo.
Since you wear those,
what you say,
Nah.
PJ? Yeah.
Oh my
I
goodness.
wear those.
I mean, so where do you think that we go wrong with it with PJ? Because you were saying with the black community, but I think for most part, it's just because we're trying to survive. So it's robbing Peter to pay Paul, but also not trying to necessarily sometimes see, like understanding that they're doing the best they can do for what they can do, and I'm trying to figure out the best what I can do. So I'm not going to concern myself and sometimes tell, and that's in certain circumstances with, like, you know what I mean? Like you said, the drug dealer, shit like that. You know what I mean? It's not
I
like,
get that, but you know what it does? This is part of the reason why a lot of communities, your kids can't go outside, and there's so much, your kids get caught up in the same things later on in life because that's there. You know what I mean? You're not doing anything to help clean. I'm not saying you should just be going out there dry snitching, but at the same time, if you're not saying anything, that's what your neighborhood's going to be. You know what I mean? That's what your kids are going to see. That's what your kids are going to end up being a part of at some point in time. So
The only thing with it, my fault. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, the only thing about that is that I think that's sort of an age thing, right? Because us being older, we are all about, we want our kids to play in a safe environment, right? So like me, for example, I moved up of Woodbine Street and came out here in the suburbs. That was me putting my kids in a better spot, you know what I mean, to be able to grow and not worry about certain situations. Because, you know, when I lived up there, like my son literally was outside riding his four-wheeler during a gunfight where it was like some Kane on Minute shit where I had to run and grab him off the corner and fucking run in the house with him, like holding him like a football type shit. Steve, I think you remember that shit.
Yeah, I remember
you
that
lived
shit.
up there with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like so it's one of those things that now when you're young, you're all like, yeah, I'm good and I'm following the code by this fucking code that's supposed to be, but you're immature. You haven't realized that that's not the best thing to do yet. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you get older and you realize, this isn't what it is. This isn't what it is for. So it doesn't matter if someone says, you're a snitch. I'm 38 years old. Who gives a fuck if you think I'm a snitch? Like, get the fuck
But I
from in
think-
front of my house with that
But
bullshit.
at the same time, we ain't called the cops when Bulls was out there shooting.
And how old were we then? I know we was in
No,
our
you
20s.
right. Yeah, no,
We just ran in the house, peeked out the window. Oh, it's over. Let's go outside.
It's
and roll
over. All
up.
right, we can go back outside and do this L. Dumb as fuck. Go outside and do this L. They was just shooting, knowing the cops is gonna be in. Like, shit
Go
was
right back outside. Hey,
Niggas
son,
be
you
back.
stay in the house. It might not be safe, but come on, let's roll up.
Niggas was dumb.
That's what I mean, man. It's a maturity. It's your maturity level, man. Like you always, when I was younger, think about it. Whether it's in the movies or real life, you always hear about the older people in the neighborhood, you know, and some of them, now, you know, they may be intimidated by the neighborhood gangster, right? Like I don't want to say nothing because he may do something to my family. And so that's fear. Fear is making them not snitch. You know what I'm saying? Which is legit. Like you don't want nothing to happen to you and yours, so you ain't gonna say nothing.
He mentioned retribution earlier.
So wait, so I think it evolves a little bit because when I was growing up, our neighborhood drug dealer lived across the street and kind of down the street. Everybody knew that person on the block was selling drugs. in the same breath, he respected all the elders on the block. And they would tell him, like, you need to get your shit together and stop doing this because it's not cool. You're going to end up either in jail or dead. So, like, the older people on the block were actually trying to talk him out of that lifestyle, which eventually he did stop and started doing more productive things with his life. I think what happens is, like, the snitching thing is with a different generation, because older drug dealers, older, like, gangsters, whatever, they don't bring certain shit in their neighborhood. Like, they don't do certain things where they live or where they're actually at, and they're respectful to people.
You don't shit where you eat.
Exactly. So it's like, it's certain things, and they understand at the same time, like, it ain't no Nino Brown shit where I'm gonna go take the Carter. Is I'm selling drugs down there, and you still got these other people that you're respectful of. Like, dude, he wouldn't even cuss in front of my grandmom's house. So, like, my grandma, Bub's uncle, like Mr. Jennings, all them, he respected him. He said hello to him when he was walking by. They knew what he was doing, and they would tell him, get your shit together. And it was the conversation down there, and he wouldn't come down there sometimes because he didn't want to hear it. But I think it's a level of it where they just need a different avenue. But in the same breath, you need somebody like in your own community to give that to you, because we understand that calling the cops can be life or death in certain situations with people in our own community, which is why we didn't want to call the cops in the communities back in the day. But certain shit, you're getting snitched on.
That's part of the thing too, Shad. I'm glad you said that part that we really brushed over. Black people and their comfort with the police.
Yeah.
So the thing that plays a part into it too, because damn, like, it's fucked up out here, and it's fucked up that, like you said, like, we could be damaged by our own, but we would actually rather be damaged by our own to feel like putting ourselves in somebody's hands that we know don't give a fuck about us. And that's the problem too with it. You know what I mean? Like, even when, like, where the lines get skewed, where it's not even a snitching matter. It's just a matter of, damn, do I want to put this black dude up? Because I know they go trump up his charges just on some dumb shit. Like, if I call the cops and he just arguing with his chick, instead of it just being like, yo, y'all go back in there, y'all figure it out, or somebody go cool out. Yo, you go take him away from the kids and make it some more pressure on what the fuck they already got going on. You know what I'm saying? So that part, I'm glad you mentioned the cops. Like, that's part of it why we don't do it that way either. Like, and I think that takes a lot of it too. So
because even with the what was it, Eric Gardner situation, like, all that happened because, like, one of the neighbors called the cops and was like, I think dude's downstairs selling cigarettes, and he's always out here selling cigarettes. And they started coming back around the block and ended up choking him out. And now it's like the chick came back and was like, I feel bad for even calling the cops because it wasn't that serious, and it's not something that he should have died over. So it's like that line starts getting blurred, because it's like, do you call the cops for little shit that you can address yourself, or do you just address it? No, I think, like, once you do something like you kill somebody, like, nah, I'm not protecting that. Like, you took somebody's life.
See, that's the same thing that the store owner said about George Floyd. You know what I mean? He called him because of a little check or whatever. But
at 20,
he was out there watching.
Yeah.
He was out there watching everything that transpired, and was like, you know, once they talked to him after the fact, he was like, he wished he never would have said anything.
But he's not
just
black.
left it alone.
See, the thing is, he's comfortable calling the cops. But, like, the PJ's point, talking about, you know, like, because he specified the fact that, like, the snitching thing, and I get it. Like, we do say that as a, you know, we got cliches. We're very cliche-ish people. Like, we say shit all the time. You know, that's how we cope with shit. But to cope with it, and then to call somebody that we don't trust on this end, that we have a long history of, is kind of like, looks even worse than snitching. You know what I mean? Like, to call the cops on another black man is kind of looked at like, damn, you called the fucking pigs on them? Like, that's another thing within ourselves. Like, it's so much with being a black man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Like, and that's the thing. Like, you had to think, like, if we were able just to walk out the door, go to work, and it'd be nothing, it'd be a lot more productive. Like, you know what I mean? But, like, we just had the conversation, and look at how much we just had to think just to say this. You know what I mean? And this is what we have to live daily. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy.
We good on that one? I'm ready to go. So, my overrated topic is underwear. Thanks to COVID, wearing drawers is not your friend. Like, if you can just free ball, enjoy your life. It's just at this point,
Because my nuts is too big. I need some briefs.
What?
Some briefs.
Flag on the play. Flag on the play.
COVID
Definitely
has made the world very comfortable. Sweatpants and sweatshirts and fitted caps and just call it a fucking day.
Cuz
If I can never have to wear drawers again,
I sat on my nuts one day, cuz.
That's the personal fucking problem. Ain't got nothing to do
While
with it.
wearing basketball shorts and no briefs.
I don't fully agree with you that draws is overrated, but during COVID, I've worn a whole lot less socks. So I mean, I guess we can go with underclothes.
I'm going with drawers. You can go with
I know
socks.
you're going with drawers.
Yo, I ain't never got to buy another pair of drawers in my life.
Check that. You musky niggas is gonna go out there with some jeans on.
Now you don't leave the house, nah, cause this is an in the house thing. This ain't.
Like,
oh, that changes everything.
Yeah, you can't just be freeballing in Walmart. That's fucking.
Nah,
No, Boris Johnson jams in your gray sweatpants, walking the wall.
You specify. I'm about to say how we doing this.
When I'm talking about socks,
Johnson going one way, balls the other. We just go.
Next, what you say, PJ? You got one?
around the crib. Yeah, you're right. I mean,
I love COVID. It's been
I'm
amazing.
just saying, like, I mean,
A lot of freedom.
motherfuckers done spent 72 straight hours in the house. Yeah, I ain't changing. Who the fuck is wearing drawers?
Listen, no, I agree. Okay, listen, I disagree rather. I wear drawers no matter what. Even if I am sitting in the house, whether I'm wearing basketball shorts or sweatpants.
Exactly.
You got children and daughters and shit.
I was about to say,
you
we
have
got
to.
kids and stuff. Come on.
I got a puppy. We not worried about nothing on this side.
nigga,
Like he walking around drawless. I'm walking around drawless. Like, you ain't gotta wear them. I ain't gotta wear them.
We're both animals in this motherfucker.
At least one of y'all got pants on.
Yo.
Niggas out here having dry rub and shit. Y'all some
Free draws on.
Yo, that's
I just can't
uncomfortable,
do
man.
it.
No, it's not.
It is
amazing.
uncomfortable. I agree, yo.
It's amazing. I understand why Muslims just wear like one big ass shirt. Like, I get it now.
Yeah,
Just-
I mean, but that's different too.
It's
if you're
not.
not wearing pants and you just wear a shirt,
Just
cool. But imagine your shit rubbing up against jeans. That hurts, cuz.
Yo, I'm good.
Why would you wear jeans in your
That shit
house?
Crazy. Like,
I don't know.
See,
Maybe
you leaving your house again. I'm talking about in the crib. Of course, you don't leave the house without drawers.
I'm
on.
good.
That's
I'm
nasty.
good on that the whole way, yo. Like that shit just feel crazy. That shit would just feel crazy as fuck.
Yeah.
Like
Nah, man. The best part about working from home, I took a shower and I was like, oh shit, I ain't gonna have enough time to get dressed. I was fucking answering calls from like 12 to like 6 when I went to lunch, wrapped in my towel.
See? It's the same thing. It's just freedom.
I understand. Like I understand in the house.
It's-
I get it. Like man, I sat here. I like to air dry anyway, so you know what I mean. That was
y'all niggas, y'all some
that
crazy
is
dudes.
funny as
Sit in
hell.
front of a fan with a towel. Just happy.
Yo.
I think
Bro.
Russell Westbrook is overrated.
Wow.
I'll explain.
yeah. I mean, we were waiting for that.
Oh, that's
Oh.
your process.
Okay. Here's why. I like him as a player, right? I think the only thing that he really has that goes for him is his energy level. That's it. Nigga can't shoot. You know what I'm saying? He can dunk because he got hops. So he's athletic. But when that athleticism is gone, what is Russell Westbrook?
But what is
Yeah.
any basketball player when athleticism is gone?
Nah,
They
you can change the
alter.
game.
No, you change your game. Michael Jordan, LeBron, these people develop jump shots, right? Or
MJ
other
was
things.
still able to do everything he was doing.
No, he didn't. He
What was
changed
he
the
doing?
game. That's when he had that turnaround fadeaway. That was part of his decline of
game.
athleticism.
That's not old man game. That's because the inside got more aggressive than it was before then.
Okay.
Right, and he couldn't take it because he was older.
Okay.
That's not
here's a
being
good
older. That's
person.
being smart. He was getting fucked up down there.
Listen to me. Blake Griffin is considered a high flyer, correct?
Yeah.
Was
This guy doesn't dunk no more.
I mean, I think Russell Westbrook he got a little bit of a game. I think that
Cause
but I think you're in.
he
you're
doesn't
in a-
have great handle.
His
I
jumpers
don't like.
But I mean,
his
if
jumpers broke.
but if
Like,
you look
not
at
a great free throw shooter.
if you look at a lot of players before now, like right now, the NBA is a high performance league. Like everybody can do everything.
High
you got-
athleticism.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think their skill set is as good as everybody else. I think they have better athleticism the whole way around.
So you got like
That's
niggas that are like 7'3" with handles. Like that was
Right.
unheard of. Like
to shoot 3-pointers.
that's what I'm saying. Shaq can
Yeah,
take a
that's what
foul
I'm
shot.
saying.
Now you
Yeah,
got
they're shooting
dudes
threes.
like doing fadeaways from way outside the 3 line. Like these.
Yeah, but you also got two guards like Andre Robertson who can't hit fucking free throws. He's a shooting guard. He's like 50% from the free throw line. Same with Lonzo Ball. And
Trash.
these niggas can't, but right, and they're guards. Usually
Trash.
your
I'm about to
guards
say
are
they
the ones that can
guards,
get you
bro.
those buckets. And they definitely
But-
can usually hit free throws.
But Lonzo
Well,
Ball pretty much made his career just off of like hype.
He was already,
Lonzo's playing decent, yo.
He's all right. He's not.
I think his brother's better than him.
His
Yeah.
brother is
That's
better.
somebody.
His
Man,
brother
that's-
was
that's
always
overrated.
the best though. Like I mean, everybody knew like LaMelo was always the best player, and once they started putting mics in their dad's face, his dumbass had Jello thinking he was gonna hit the league. Like he always knew he wasn't going to the league. Like
he ain't never going.
when they was in like middle school and they was talking to his dad when he was realistic, like he was talking about, he was like, you know, my oldest and my youngest, they gonna be in the league, but my middle boy, he's the best looking, so he could be like a model or some shit. As soon as motherfucking First Take and them started talking to him, all my boys gonna be one and done. Like nigga, like keep that, like be consistent. You ruin that man's his potential. Like he got a ride at UCLA on the strength of his brothers being dope.
Yo, I got an underrated. I just want to plug right quick. May not be most popular, but I want to say this. One of the most underrated things that I think right now is time. People thinking that they have enough time left and this, that, and the third.
Nigga, time.
Time is underrated.
This mother.
Tomorrow ain't promised, bro. I'm telling you, time
I
is
understand what you
underrated.
mean.
No,
I
we
all
don't.
do.
No, we don't.
It's funny
No.
as fuck.
No.
It's funny as fuck that you
No.
said that, but I understand.
This
I'm
nigga took us to
serious.
therapy.
Eddie, shut up.
Time
No,
is seriously
no.
Let me
underrated.
agree with that.
explain.
No.
Let me explain why I understand where he's
Hold
coming
on.
from.
That
Nah,
Bulls
real
explain
quick.
time is
point first.
underrated.
That
Oh, yeah,
Bulls
you're
explain
right.
point first.
Nah, I mean, time itself is underrated because you make plans for so much and you make plans for this and you make plans for that. And we hold grudges with this person for 10 years, or we don't speak to our brother for 4 years, or we don't speak to this aunt that we got into at the family reunion that want to come to the casket and cry and do all this carrying on and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got to live every minute to the minute. Do what you got to do while you here. And just don't take stuff for granted, especially time. Don't take it for granted. Because it's definitely underrated this day and time.
Because you really took us
But
to
that's-
therapy, though.
Like that.
But that's why I am
No,
why
no,
I am
Eddie,
the way that
Eddie,
I am, cuz like,
Eddie,
I have no problem
Eddie,
with saying to somebody,
Eddie,
yo, I love you, or
Eddie,
like I'm so in touch
Eddie.
with my feelings because I want you to know that I love you, cuz.
Eddie.
I
Yo.
could die in my sleep and have a heart
Okay.
attack, but
All
you
right,
know that Eddie
cuz.
loved you.
All right, cuz we love you too. Who's next?
Hold on. Yeah, I got one.
Yeah, you're a dick.
I got. Let me tell you.
We talk about chicken sandwiches, Jordan's draws.
Nah, you said
Brooke,
Hold on,
underrated,
let me do something real quick,
overrated
though.
to you.
Oh,
Seriously.
On
Good.
underrated with time, I think the reason that time is underrated, I mean underrated real quick, is because of age. When you're young, you don't think about not being invincible. I mean, not being invincible. We was young as fuck, you're invincible. As you get older, perspective changes. That's what allows you to understand time. Because your parents tell you the same shit when you're a fucking kid. You just get old, and when you start seeing it that you had to go that way, your body changes, your life changes. So that's when it changes. You know what I mean? For you. But that's all I got to say about that. You know what I mean?
Shot. Once we hit 40, we'll understand.
Cuz I don't know nothing about
Yeah.
this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These 30s is glorious.
Tell me about it. I mean, I literally just turned 38.
So I don't know what they talk about. This is
I got an underrated joint though, real quick. I think that
space.
Bill Cosby.
Yeah, Bugs, I love you, fam.
Yeah, I think
I'm sorry. I'm trying to get it together.
yeah.
Oh,
Yo, you deep, man. Listen, I think
We love you,
I would
Bugs.
I would think like I say Bill Cosby's legacy for black people
Is what?
underrated. It's underrated. Yeah.
Yeah, that pound cake fucking speech is the shit.
Yeah.
Fuck Bill Cosby.
Nah, what I'm saying is like, and what I mean by that, like, of course everybody talks about, right, but you know what I mean, like the Cosby Show, but like the idea of the HBCU, you know what I mean, the different world is referenced now, like it put more spotlight to mainstream than what it was. Like fuck school days, you know what I mean, like we had school days out, but nothing popped like a different world. When he did Fat Albert, like I said, there was a cartoon that told you about hygiene, properly eating, all those different types of shit. Like, yo, like straight up.
Like, no, Eddie, what the fuck are you doing?
Just caressing in the microphone.
You trying to figure out if we can hear you?
I'm good. I'm sorry. I thought I unplugged it and I was trying to rub it slightly to see if the green thing
No, it's loud.
if it was still on. I'm so sorry.
It's like,
I'm sorry, yo. My bad.
You sleepy.
Yeah, I just think that like when it's said and done, where like when he's gone, motherfuckers will really look back and give him his just due for a lot more shit than what it was. Cause like you said, they always say the American Dad thing, and that's cool. But like I said, like when you had cartoons that was telling you like, yo, don't eat bad, eat good fruit. Yo, this nigga got a cartoon about a dude that got shot. That's real shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like that was going on in our environment. Like he always had a lot of our best interests at heart.
Yeah.
Because it ain't got any. It's even before the whole before he started roofing hoes. Like he went like, yes, he started out great. Like, you know what I mean? Like he was a quote unquote black leader. And then the nigga got old and started blaming poor people for being poor and shit. And that shit, like you tarnish your legacy when you say shit like that. Like and that's why the whole shit was crazy to me about how everybody was riding with him so hard when them allegations came up, because that nigga didn't give a fuck about us for like, it was like 15 years. Whatever. Yo, Bugs, fact check. Bill Cosby pound cake. I know your Google's working. What year was that speech?
But Chad, he was still donating to a lot of them things. You know what I mean? And I get it.
Not at that point, he wasn't.
He was some of the college. He still was, and you know what I mean. He still
Right
had.
after that, it was all like up until that. Like that's when he was like, you know, fuck it. That's when he went on his like I don't know. Like honestly, like motherfuckers joke about that clone shit, but like I don't think Bill Cosby got cloned. Like I'll never say that shit. But he seemed like a completely different person in that time frame. That didn't seem like the person who made the fucking Fat Alberts, the different worlds, all that good shit.
I think to play devil's advocate, I think what happened is he got so irritated with the way that black people were starting to treat themselves and treat each other. So it's like the frustration kicks in and it's like, why are you tearing down your own communities? Why are you destroying your own shit? Like, why are you not getting involved with your kids in school? And it's like, I think when you put so much effort into something and you see like the people that you're putting effort in aren't trying, it makes you pull back. And then it's like, why am I doing all this shit for you and you're not doing anything for yourself?
That's a fact.
Like,
So I agree with you on
it gets frustrating. And then it's like, at that point, it's like, you know you're old. It's like, I'm gonna fucking die soon, and like I've done all this and you're not doing anything to take advantage of any of it. I mean, you shouldn't name your fucking daughter LaQuisha. Like,
why not?
Because you're setting her up. And it, like, again, it goes back to just the stereotypes that goes back into society.
I don't agree with that part, but like,
I've literally seen like HR people look at a person's name on a resume and throw that shit to the side.
I'm sure, but like my thing too is like just real quick with him, like even with him releasing the Fat Albert images and shit like that to the FUBU dudes, like, you know what I mean, like his intentions a lot of time, and I do partially agree with you, Shad, in the fact that like I think he was like getting older. You know, old people get frustrated and they just say shit sometimes because they don't give a fuck. We got older parents now, and I think some of that, and I'm not excusing his behavior. You know what I mean? Like for those things, like you said, the pound cake shit, and a lot of the things he said, like when he went on that rant about that weird ass rant where he was talking about pulling up the pants and whatever that weird.
That was it.
Right.
Yeah,
You know
that's all the same speech.
Yeah,
Right.
that was it.
Right.
That shit was like 2 hours long.
Right. So
Wasn't it like an award show or
I'm not
something? Like he was
excusing
hitting
that.
something?
I'm not excusing that, but like in the same vein, he did a lot more than just that. You know what I mean? Like whereas like in the same instance, R. Kelly, like as much as he was a part of our life, that motherfucker shit is completely different because he didn't really contribute other than music. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Bill Cosby put a lot of content out that showed and make efforts to make sure that we were represented better than what they were willing to try to put out for us and shit. And he stood behind that for a long time. You know what I mean? Like higher education, all that different types of shit. So, like I said, even with the FUBU shit, like we was rocking that shit with the Fat Albert. Remember, a lot of them brands was trying to get them, and he only released the FUBU because they was black. You know what I mean? To help them get up, and that's
was all that happened before the pound cake speech.
I'm saying, but I think even if you look at the pound cake speech,
though, right?
a lot of the shit that he was saying there are a lot of the same things that like the old heads in your neighborhood would say to you. So it's like, pull your fucking pants up. You look like an idiot. Or stop doing dumb shit. Like it was almost like the same conversation. It's just the fact that he took the front porch conversation and went on a stage at an award show and made it like a national news conversation, which allowed a white culture to come back and criticize those same people. I think that's where it just really like fucked up and lost people at.
Nah, it's just go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I can agree, pardon me, both ways. I just feel like, yeah, you can say that older folks are gonna be who they are, say what they're gonna say.
Space.
Huh?
I'm laughing at Sean saying space. Like,
Space, yeah. But it's also a thing where he has to realize too, yeah, we could do better like black on black crime, right? But he's kind of still sounds like the white person who doesn't realize that we're still living in disenfranchised communities. Like we still are not ahead of the game. We still are starting from behind. Like we still don't have the privilege that our counterparts actually have. So I could get it both ways, but it's like, yeah, but you go too far when you do certain things as a black man. You know what I mean? Like what you're saying has some truth to it, but understand you come from the same places that we come from. We're the same color. You know what I mean? So you.
The thing is the conversation and those points are conversations that require a lot of nuance. Mm-hmm. And for someone like Cosby, who understands in details why situations are the way they are, to just talk about the result of the situation is some fucking bullshit.
Exactly.
That's why it was crazy. Like to know that he knows about redlining, failing school districts, all that shit, and then just be like, you motherfuckers is dropping out of school, and there's only one parent in the household. Like, but like, dude, you know why these things are happening, and to just hit the Fox News talking points at the fucking NAACP awards is some bullshit.
But again, just play devil advocate. I think when like certain things you gotta like punch people in the face and then rub it afterwards. And it's
a
just
frustration
like
point. If I've been supplying you with resources and talking to you this way, because we all have, like you said, we've all been around older people, like grandparents, where they tell you, baby, don't do this, baby, don't do that. What the fuck is wrong with you? That's what that was.
My underrated is taking naps.
Underrated?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Naps are everything, cuz.
Yeah, you know what?
This
kids,
nigga old as fuck.
Yeah.
Overrated.
and that's exactly
overrated.
that's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for that. When you're a kid, you don't want to take a nap. Then when you get a certain age, everybody like, you're old, you need to take a nap. Nah.
That's overrated, man.
Naps are underrated, man.
They're overrated because let me tell you, kids.
Naps are overrated?
Yes, overrated.
Yeah,
My
man.
wife, right?
He's drunk.
Was asleep at the fucking like We're chilling, watch TV, going. And I'm always like complaining, like, yo, like, we're never gonna time it because all you wanna do is fucking sleep your life away, right? I'm more of a, let's get up and do something. I'll wake up early, even though I went to bed late, so I can just not let the day go to waste of shit. Who wants to just sleep the day away? I could be doing so much shit, watching TV or some yard work.
I could be doing so much shit.
Like watch TV.
Watch TV.
Can I finish?
Feeding the dog.
I say watching TV because I'm a truck driver that doesn't watch TV all week long, so I like to come home and watch my sports or watch my favorite TV shows. I could be cutting the grass. I could be, there's so many different fucking things I could be doing than taking a motherfucking nap, yo.
So you want her to wake up so you can watch TV?
No, we could go shopping. We could go to dinner. We could go to lunch. We could go shopping. We could go.
You was like, she needs to wake up so you can do all this shit that you can do by yourself while she sleep.
But I want to do it with her.
Oh, you want to cut the grass with her?
You cut the grass. You just said cut the grass.
Get the weed whacker, babe.
We do yard work and shit like that together, man.
Cut the grass together. So what, you cut the grass and then she goes and lines it and does the edges?
She might do that. She may do the edges, or she might just go fuck with the, I don't know, something out there that needs to get done. I don't even know. But no, I really don't need her to cut the grass for me. I'm just throwing it out there as something you could be doing other than sleeping. Like you niggas, for example. What the fuck?
Dude.
I'm gonna get off of work and I'm gonna just take me a nap. And then what? Get up and 2 hours later go to bed? Like, fucking what?
You ever lay on the couch with a weighted blanket? That should have knocked you out.
I'm not even saying that I've never taken naps, because there's been times where I went out, got so fucked up, got in late,
That's
woke
not
up
naps.
early,
That's
had to deal
called
with
passing
my
out.
kid.
Yeah.
Check this out.
That's passed out. That's not the same.
And then I wake up and it's like, yo, I feel bad. I need a nap today. Okay, I need a nap after taking a nap.
That's going back to sleep.
Naps are definitely underrated. Yo, I'm in this dumbass training. Like I said, like 10 hours a fucking day. I legitimately, on every 15-minute break, take a 12-minute nap and go back downstairs because I'm working from home. On my hour lunch, I lay in the bed for 45 minutes, take another power nap. Because being older, that mental fucking lag and that physical lag just don't hit the same, man. So like, you gotta power up sometimes, especially if you can get it. And just being in the fucking house and being old as fuck. And I'm 41 with fucking a 9-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a fucking 4-year-old. So when they come home, they don't give a fuck if I want to take a nap. They want that energy ready. So I definitely agree with PJ with that.
All y'all niggas is just old as fuck for no reason. That's it. Like, that's all that is. I'm talking to my grandpa here, my 5 grandpops and shit.
Yeah, but
damn, y'all
get a
old
buzz
ass
laugh.
niggas, man.
But are you sleeping like 8 hours a night?
Not all the time, and that's because of my schedule too. Like,
need naps.
For me, 6 hours is the average for me. 6 hours is what I normally get. But if I sleep for 8 hours, I guarantee you that there's no way in hell I'm taking a nap that next day. For what? I just slept for 6 to 8 hours. I'm good. Like, grab me an energy drink or some Starbucks with like 4 shots of espresso in it. I'm good, man.
Yo, that's worse than taking a fucking nap.
Hell yeah.
Like, you pretty much what you're doing is just overstimulating your heart to keep pushing, keep you awake.
Probably. I guess I have the mentality of not wanting to miss out on anything. And that's honestly, in my household is split. But like, listen, real quick, and I'm gonna let someone else take it, I'm sorry, but real quick, in my household is split. Me, my son, and Ellie, we don't really give 2 shits about a nap. Like, fuck a nap. We want to get up and live our day. Kayana and Katie, and Miss Rosemary, sleep all fucking day long if you let them. Like, don't bother me. And the rest of us are looking at them like, they corny. We about to go fucking to the mall or something.
Go watch TV.
They corny because they sleep.
We about to go to the mall.
Let's go watch a different world.
Seriously, for me, watching TV is a thing. Again, I don't watch TV all week, so I'm excited to get home and watch documentaries. That's why I don't ever watch half the shit that they say, did you watch it yet? I didn't get a chance to. And then when I'm home on the weekend and we are trying to do shit, like, I don't have time to watch the TV.
Nigga, you call us your 5 grandpops. That shit was funny as hell.
Tell Isaiah to go cut the grass with you. I bet you his ass to take a nap.
Yo, cuz I can tell you straight up, Vaughn cut 1/3 of a yard one time in his life.
Are you serious? Do you realize how much yard work I've seen you do?
You know why? Because Vaughn's ass wasn't cutting no damn grass. So I was
I used to walk
outside.
up to Sean's house and Sean out there in his little basketball shorts, cutting the grass and trimming the edges and all types of fuck shit. You right. I've never seen Vaughn do shit.
No. No, and that's what I'm saying. It's the same. He'll work 3 jobs, but he ain't cutting no grass. That's like the ongoing joke. Vaughn, they said he got all them points in the championship game because he had to wash dishes. Like he wasn't allowed to leave the house until he got done washing dishes. He was mad as hell when he got to that game.
Well, listen,
he had 5 dunks. That's the record still.
That's why he was pissed.